Slicing the pie is realizing that they could be here, they could be here, they could be here, they could be here, here, or anywhere here, right? So basically, whenever I come up to garage like this, I'm checking each spot that they could be one by one. So I'm checking like this, here, 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 here. I'm kind of exaggerating it, but this is, you know, kind of what I do, right? So I kind of like slowly clear each. Hey guys, just a friendly reminder that I am a Valorant coach. I'm an Immortal 3 player, and I've coached hundreds of people throughout my time playing Valorant, all of which have been from either Iron all the way up to Immortal, and all of them have learned something significant, and most of them have ranked up many tiers even. So I've also played with professional players. If you guys are interested in buying a coaching session from me, you can check my Discord tag down below in the description, and I'd be glad to schedule a session with you. So enjoy the video, and peace. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
So Sheriff on Jett is very good, especially if you're confident in your aim.
Yes.
Spike down A.
Okay. I know you definitely want more there. Here, my objective is to get on the spike.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Wow. Okay, good job.
Thank you.
So here, it would be nice if someone, like one of your teammates stuck it, because you're 1 HP. And normally this will definitely get you killed. You could ask, like, can someone stick this for me because I'm 1 HP, right?
Yes.
But, because like, and I feel like in most scenarios here, you would have died. Just one bullet would kill you. And you probably wouldn't even get half, but fortunately, you stick and you get it. So I'm really happy that you stick, because most people, I feel like, don't really want to stick. Like, you saw your teammate here, he just tapped it. Going for a kill is okay, but I feel like we're fighting it. Now we definitely don't need to be fighting. This is probably going to be your biggest flaw. Maybe, I don't know for sure, but it seems like you like over peeking and fighting. Because that's what we kind of saw you do at the start of last round, and now this round as well. You're kind of like, you get a kill and then you want to keep fighting, but especially after you get a kill, you don't need to continue fighting. Like, now this round should be one for your team. You don't have to keep forcing fights, especially on defense. But I mean, it's very good that you got kills. So good job. But we don't need to keep fighting.
I think I'm just too hungry for kills.
Yeah, but they might leave, honestly. We'll have to see. I wouldn't go toward A yet, because you already have 3 people on your team that are A. So we don't want to overstack. Overstacking on this map, or over-rotating, I mean, is a very common thing on Haven, because it's just very easy to rotate. So don't fall into that trap. It doesn't look like you are, so that's very good. If they do start coming out, then you can definitely rotate.
Enemy spotted A.
So still here, I would probably I would be like asking my chamber, do you hear them? Are they rotating? Because
Yes.
at this point, it seems like they might want to leave, to be honest. And we have 4 people here. We don't really need to be here, I don't think. Yeah. So like here, if you were right in the spot that I was kind of mentioning earlier, right here, you're positioned in a very good spot to get, you know, 3+ kills with your knives if you have the aim for it here. But here we rotated to a spot that's not super beneficial for us. And I think you're gonna realize they're not here, but you realize it just like a little bit late. So, and that's what kind of, you know, that's what determines how well you position is how soon you realize where they're going. Okay, so you hold these like deep angles, right? So like on A, you're peeking from short, garage window, you're peeking like this, and now you're peeking from here. So these are fine. This is actually good to peek from. But I would like to see hopefully some variety in the next few rounds, like for where you start at and where you position, where you defend from. So, you know, some spots you might consider are close over here with like a dash, and then you have smoke. You know, the box up here, right here, you can updraft on that and then defend from there. For C, you can play just this little corner right here. These are just options, right? So it just seems like you kind of like to hold these longer angles, which is good, especially if you're hopping, but whenever you get out aimed, which will happen, you're probably not going to want to play this type of angle as much. So just to keep your mind open aim wise. So here I wouldn't be scared to just run down mid and try to fight them here. Again, I know I said don't peek, but if you can get that first kill, just go for your first kill, and then get out. That's what'll win you the rounds here on defense. On attack, you really want to focus on getting a kill and then taking space. But on defense, if you can just get a kill and then have numbers advantage for your team, that's going to make it much harder for the enemies to successfully take the site and win the round. This is fine. So I think here, after you hear Cypher throw his ability toward Garage, I would start making a decision. I would make a decision to either walk down mid or rotate to Garage window. Because your breach is more than likely going to need help if they all push into Garage, right?
Yes.
It's also fine to leave B because we have this trip right here. So we don't need to be B for too long. You could probably run with your gun out here. Cypher's probably tripped this. I doubt anyone's watching this unless the Cypher's just watching it, but this is probably tripped. And at this point, they're probably on site, so I would be running. You can also just updraft. Yeah, good. Yeah, gun out. Yeah, gun out. That's fine though. Right here, right after I clear this and I see no one, and I see that there's action toward A, I'm gonna instantly make a decision to either rotate quickly. I'll either do exactly what you did and flank, or just rotate through spawn to go help A. This could be a fake, but if they are A, there's a good chance one of our teammates will die. If we had 3 people A, then it's a little bit of a different story, because you don't want to over-rotate 4 people to a site here. But if they're, if they are hard pushing and one of your teammates dies, you're really gonna want to be there for them. So here, the problem with you is you're waiting here a little bit still, even though we see 2A, and now you're shift walking. So I wouldn't be shift walking. I would be running for sure with my gun out. Now you start running. Now you start shift walking again. So I'll just be running, right? Unless you know that someone lurks mid, then you can be shift walking. But I think you're respecting your enemies just a little much here. If that makes sense. So a little tip: if you're opping, you could pull out a shorty.
Oh yes.
Buy a shorty with op, because so basically whenever you're opping, people are gonna try to push you after you get a kill, if they're all around you, because they know that the op is not very good at close range. And the shorty is very good at close range, so that's kind of why I would suggest buying the shorty with op. Also here, I think we kind of waste our smokes a little bit. So like, I think this smoke is fine right here, but I think we waste the second one, honestly.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because here,
I think I was panicking.
yeah, I think so too. But I think, so if you saved the second smoke and you have it right now, you go like this here, you kill this guy, and then you throw a smoke like right here, you activate your dash, and then you jump out of the smoke with your shorty, and then you get 3 free kills easily for free.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But here it's gonna be harder now because they know kind of where we are. You have a dash to work with, but we have no cover, we have no smoke, so it's harder for us to really do a whole lot. But your aim is very good, you're positioning pretty well. Yeah, you tried to smoke actually, because this would have been this smoke isn't really necessary. It's good, it got us a kill kind of, but we probably would have killed this Jett anyway.
Yes.
So here, yeah, you try to smoke this, but I would have smoked a little farther out if you did have it. Try. Yeah, if we had that smoke there, I think the whole thing would have been better for us. So you're peeking long. So you're very good at not playing. You're very good at not autopiloting. So like you're very actively thinking like why and where you want to go, which is very impressive as well. So far, I think our biggest problems is one, over peeking just a little bit. It's not too bad, but also you're kind of indecisive and slow to rotate. So I think being indecisive and slow to rotate are probably the biggest things so far.
I think in attacking, I know like my job is to open site, clear site for my teams. But for like defending, I'm not really sure like what should I be doing.
Yeah.
Like for most of the times.
Okay.
Because one of the questions that I'm gonna ask you like as well, and like after we're like done with this video, is like, and like especially with post plant and like retaking situations, like how should we be playing like as a duelist, like with Jett and Reyna in general?
Yeah.
Because like sometimes I do play Viper and I play like other controllers as well. Like I actually know like what to do, like we just smoke and then wait and go as a team. But as a duelist, I actually don't know like the actual roles.
Yeah.
When
So
we're doing these kind of stuff.
So first of all, retaking and playing post plant is not favorable, so you don't want to play that if you don't have to. Sometimes you have to, and that's fine. But really what you want to understand is you want to be where the enemy is before they push into the site. And that's what I want you to understand, because if you're indecisive and you don't rotate soon enough, you're not going to make it to the site before they plant the spike. If you can rotate to where you think they're going to go, and you know, this is a skill you have to build and kind of predict where they're going to go. But if you can do that and get into a good spot before they push, you're going to easily be able to get 2 or 3 before they even get the spike down, which means your team is easily just going to be able to win the round for you. But if you do have to play post plant as a duelist, like you said, it's a little different. It's not necessarily harder, but it is different than like a controller or a Viper. So what you would probably want to do is just wait for your team to group. And you have to remember comms are very important for this part. So you want to be like, guys, let's wait, we have someone flanking, or, you know, let's wait till everyone's ready. You know, call what abilities you're going to use. So if you're Jett, if you're retaking A site, like right here, I would like kind of walk out, maybe throw a smoke around the corner to like right here or something. Activate your dash and just kind of come out, see if anyone's close. And you could throw another smoke, dash out. And this is you're basically attacking whenever you're retaking. Even though you're on defense, you're kind of attacking, right? Because the attacking team is now defending the spike. So that's why it's unfavorable, and that's why you want to wait for your team, because you want to be pushing in together, because you don't really know where the enemies are going to be. So keep that in mind. Does that make sense?
Yep, totally understood.
That's fine. This is fine. If you're...
Gosh, push.
I'd say fade garage, yeah. This is good. We can flank this.
B. Yes.
I don't think I would worry about the orb, honestly. It's okay. But I would be more focused on like positioning, like flanking, right? If you want to flank, go for it. But if you don't want to flank, I wouldn't have came down long for the orb. I know there's a trip there. You could shoot that and then leave. But if you come down here, at least shoot the trip. Even if you don't want to flank. Because then they have to respect that. They have to expect it to be flank. Even if you're coming back. Okay, that's actually... I wouldn't have done what you did. I would have probably done this a little sooner before they smoked it, maybe. But since there is a smoke here, this is this is also not bad. I wouldn't have sprayed this though. I would have continued running through the smoke, and because they're not gonna expect this, I don't think at all. So you could probably get away with getting 2 if you come through the smoke. Whereas here, there's a chance that you don't even kill any of them because you're just spraying kind of. Not randomly, but, you know, kind of unpredictably where they're at. But fortunately, you do get one, which is very good. Good smoke as well. I think you kind of have a habit of wasting your smokes a little bit. Cause
I'm kind of used to have like 3 smokes. I'm still
yeah. I think you just use them both at once, but you only need 1 here, so. If you threw the second one, I would throw it a little bit farther forward, and I would have waited a couple seconds. Because, see, we have both of them up right now. You don't really need both up at the same time. We were buying, light armor, Vandal, so this is good. Again, we know Cypher's there, so... Oh,
in here, it's kind of creepy for me, for what happened.
Oh, is he on plat?
I didn't see Cypher at all.
Yeah. I thought he might be there.
Like, cause like when I dashed in, I didn't see him, so I was like, okay, he might not be there.
Also, one thing here, I think the smoke could be better. Like, if you're gonna dash, you want the smoke to be where you're dashing, not like right here. So I'll throw the smoke like up here, wherever you want to dash. If you want to dash over here, you can smoke over here. But this smoke is kind of like it's good because it gives you a little cover at first, but then you dash out. Fortunately, there's this here, but I think you can't see the Cypher because he kind of timings you up here somewhere, like up here. Yeah, because you never fully turn around, you never fully look up there, so he's probably just in the cages, and then he drops down. Good kills. Clear corners. I don't know if you knew they're both there. Now you do, but
I think I do because Fade was around B and around A at that time.
Okay. 30 seconds left.
It's very annoying dart. But here, I would want my Brim to be playing with me because I'm 1 HP.
One enemy remaining.
You're still gonna kill them both. Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, you're definitely
Me and a bottle of scotch.
mechanically gifted. So I think
you.
you could be you could hit immortal just from your like mechanics alone. I think what you really want to focus on is just your positioning, right? Like where are you going and why? In a lot of scenarios.
Get out of my way.
So I feel like we kind of don't really go mid, which is definitely a downside because like our team hasn't really said anything, right? Like we're not like saying
Yeah.
let's go A. We just keep going A. So you are kind of autopiloting here a little bit, and this is
Yes.
directly tying into positioning. So there's no reason you have to be here unless your team's calling to go A, which we haven't, right? So we could go
Yes.
we could go at mid. We could peek into B like right here, just on these angles, right here, and right here, into A link
Yes.
and C link. Look for a kill. After we get the kill, we don't have to go B. You could be here alone even. Just kind of defaulting, looking for kills. You can also come mid, kind of hold garage, because you know that they're ran a peak garage earlier in this half. Maybe
Yes.
even walk into garage, break the Cypher trip, and then come back. Because again, that's going to apply tremendous pressure to the enemy team, especially in like Diamond. People are going to freak out if you break a trip somewhere. Maybe like, oh, they're in garage, but it's just you, right? And you're just trying to fake them out. But right now, you're not doing that, and that's really what you want to do. So here, like, we could get kills here. It's just you're not really swapping it up a whole lot, and there's no reason that you shouldn't be. We don't need to fight this. So you have that slight problem of over peeking, but it's very slight.
put this in.
But it's still something to be aware of. Like right here, naturally you want to peek them, but
Yes.
right here, like say you die, say it's well. Let's go back a sec.
Careful, careful.
So good kill on this guy.
Be faster.
Nice.
Let's say right here we peek, and this guy kills us, right? We don't need to be peeking right here because all that we need to do is make sure the spike blows up and they don't defuse it. So if you die here, you're making it 1v3 and you're giving this guy a higher chance to win the round when you don't need to. So that's what you want to realize, because I know you want the kills here because you're like, yeah, I'm feeling it. I just got 2 kills. You want the third.
Yeah.
That's just very natural. That you wanna control that instinct though. You seem like the person that would definitely have good comms like frequently. So just keep that up. Keep saying, keep making good comms. You're definitely better than most people that I coach with comms, because most people don't say much at all. So good job there as well. Your comms very good. Your aim's very good. It's mainly just kind of positioning and then some slight ability usage things. So like your smokes, you kind of use them a little too much. Your dash, you activate it too early sometimes, but that's fine. I would say also your updraft usage is kind of poor. Like you could definitely benefit from just kind of using updraft a little more, and you don't have to do it to take fights with. You can use it to get in spots. So like, this spot I was telling you right here on top of this box at the start of a round, this box here in garage, these boxes here on A, and top site B. You did updraft on top site C on defense, which is good, but I think that's the only one that you did. So keep that in mind.
Yes.
Again, really I want you to take advantage of mid on this map. And you probably do this on other maps where you kind of just like forget that you're not really attacking. You don't realize you're not attacking from every possible spot. So you're really kind of limiting yourself in that way. Because you're missing potential kills that you're not going for in these spots. A good Brim ult here would be like, Brim, can you ult garage window? We push C or garage to C, or we split garage or split C, yeah. Because like he might use his ult this round, but he might also save it for a couple more rounds, which is not good, right? So it's good to like prompt him to try to use it. That's why your comms. Also, a good smoke here. You said Jett might have an op, so you could smoke right here and then kind of come through the smoke. It's just good to smoke. You heard Omen TP. I usually try to come out A long a little sooner here. You always kind of fight like this, but I would like to see you come a little more aggressive A long sometimes. You don't have to always go A long aggressive, but I think Omen is probably up here, unless he just tried to do a fake TP. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's a really good spot because, again, like you expect him to maybe be in that area, but you didn't realize he could see you that soon, and so that's a spot you can use on defense as well. That's easy. That spot is not good. Go to the corner there, right? I know it's unlikely, but go to the right corner here.
Spike down.
Go to the other corners, which is good. So here, like, tell your Brim what's up, right? Like, A site's clear. You should tell him that because he doesn't really know that. You say, could be long, could be long. Like, I would definitely pick a spot here. Pick this corner or this corner. Just kind of wait because they're... Where you are right now is where they expect you to be. But now we kind of give up our good spot for some reason. I think you might want to help your Brim, but... Yeah. But you could also throw your gun to the Brim, too. Because he doesn't have a gun. You don't need the gun right now. Yeah, I'd like to see you stay aggressive there. Shouldn't a good spot.
No charges left. Last player standing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we forfeited our our strong position. So I would have just stayed forward here. Like where you were right here, this is perfect. Just stay here, wait. If there's someone running through spawn, they're not gonna clear this. If they do, they're impressive. That would impress me.
Like, I'm kind of curious about this one as well. Like that was a is what like I was about to ask because like in this situation it's like a 2v3. Like we have like a very big disadvantage even though we planted the bomb. So I'm not sure like whether should I be play with Brim or should I play alone over here like where I came out and get a pick and let him play like a 1v2. But
Yeah.
luckily like I'm alive and get two of them.
Whenever you're down numbers, you want to be playing more aggressive. Whenever, if this was a 3v2, remember, like I said over here under heaven, whenever it was like a 4v2, you don't want to be peeking because then you're just giving them free chances to make the score or make the number of players alive even. But here we're down numbers, so we really want to position ourselves in a spot that can allow us to make these numbers even. So you have this spot, but then you forfeit it and you come back for no reason, right? That's fine, but
Yeah.
realize next time this is where you want to be in this scenario. You just want to tell your Brim the A site's clear and the one could be long. But this is okay. Also, whenever you come long here, you could have updrafted here. Whenever you heard that there was an op, this is a perfect scenario of where you could updraft. I would definitely play around the Brim though. If you're coming back to site in this scenario, instead of playing forward, I would have given him the gun and played with him on site. After you realize there's an op, I would updraft right now, like right before right now, and then he has a much harder time hitting you. But yeah, definitely the biggest thing for you is positioning and like rotating on defense and kind of making sure to swap it up on attack mainly for where you're trying to get picks from. So do you have any questions?
Like I think I learned like I think I got all the answers, like almost every answer that I want to ask already. Because like one of the main thing like that came into mind when I'm gonna have a session with you is like about the utility usage, like especially with my updraft and my like actually all of them, especially with Jett, because like since the remake with the double dash, like double click with the
Yeah.
dash for Jett, it's been pretty. It's like it both have pros and cons. Like if it's kind of pros if like you can choose a situation, or if you
Yeah.
misclick it you still have a chance, but like it's cons it like with my habit, every time the round start I always use it in case of like they're
Yeah.
wide peeking or pushing at the same time.
Yeah, and
Yeah, and
that's all you really have to swap up with it, is just not do it at the start of the round. And it might seem like scary to not have it if they do come to you, but you could still get a kill and then like hide behind cover after you get the first kill. Or after you see them, you can come back, hide behind cover, and then activate the dash and peek. Or just hide in a spot where they can't even see you and you can just hear them, and after you hear them, then you activate your dash. So I feel like that's a somewhat common problem for the new Jett dash, but it's definitely something you want to make sure that you don't do too often, because that will definitely waste your dash more than it'll be useful for you. Other than that, your smokes, right? Like make sure you're really just try to convince yourself to save one smoke for later in the round, because it's really, really useful to have it to play around. So yeah, other than that, the biggest things for you are really be more decisive and like quicker to rotate in some scenarios, or quicker to reposition. It's not necessarily that you always want to rotate super fast, because you can definitely over rotate, which is not good. But whenever you're, for example, on defense, whenever you had 3 people on A, you could have went up mid and held that mid spot and listened for the rotate, and also like just gotten a spot to kill like 2 or 3 of them very easily. But you kind of wait a little bit and you stall for a little bit too long, I feel like sometimes.
like how can I like be more decisive, or does it like depends on like my confidence at that time, or
It does. Definitely does kind of depend on your confidence a little bit, but mainly you have to realize what are your options. Like, where could you go at this point in time? Like, where could you go and where should you go maybe? And if you make a wrong choice, that's fine. But what really matters is picking one of the two choices or one of the three choices that you might have open. Because if you don't pick any of them and you just keep shift walking for like 5 seconds, that's what's holding you back right now. More than likely, if you consider options, both of them are probably fine to pick. One might be better than the other, and that comes with time. But you really just want to pick one, because if you don't pick either, that's your problem, is being indecisive and just shift walking, waiting, and freezing, right, and not picking anything. So
yes.
but confidence also ties into that just slightly, because if you have confidence, you're like, yes, this is gonna work. This is what I want to do. That also helps.
Okay.
And then also on attack, make sure you're swapping it up. Like on that map, just go walk up into garage or close to garage for a kill. Go walk up to B and mid for a kill. See if they peek you. You know, see if you can just get a free kill, and then ask your team, okay, let's go A now, or let's go C now, right? Instead of just going A and C every run. Whenever I peek, I definitely am calculated. So like, you know what slicing the pie means?
Not really.
So slicing the pie, it's kind of like you consider all the spots that the enemies can be, and you like slowly clear each one of them individually. So instead of exposing yourself to all of them simultaneously, you peek each one separately, so that if there is someone in that spot, you isolate the angle. That's another way of thinking about it, is isolating the angle, peeking it, you know, separately, so that
Yes.
it really favors the gunfight for you. Because if you do that, there's a very small chance you'll lose the gunfight. But you have to genuinely expect and think about each spot that they can be in and expect them to be in each spot. So that's something you should practice in like a custom game and in deathmatch if you really want to get better at that, which I would definitely suggest. And
Actually, like I don't really see the picture. Like, can you actually explain more or like show me like the scenarios that I can do? Like, I don't really see it.
you want me to show you how to slice the pie like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay. So you almost always came to A site just like this. You kind of just like hold this angle for a little bit. Then after like 5 seconds, you might come look over here like this.
Yes.
But you have to realize you have other options, right? Like you always played it like that, but you could also come down. You can smoke this, come run through this, take a fight here just like this. Or you can also smoke this and then come down short for a kill. And these are all different ways you can just get one kill. That's all I'm trying to show you here. And something that you basically never did was go mid for just one kill, right? So you come like this, make sure you look at this angle because they can be there. And then just you took this fight on defense, but you don't take it on attack, right? So there's no reason that you couldn't do this. So this is where I'll show you slicing the pie as well. So sure, whenever you come in here, you could come in like this and just like scan everything. But slicing the pie is realizing that they could be here, they could be here, they could be here, they could be here, here, or anywhere here, right? So basically, whenever I come up to garage like this, I'm checking each spot that they could be one by one. So I'm checking like this, here, 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 here. I'm kind of exaggerating it, but this is, you know, kind of what I do, right? So I kind of like slowly clear each. This is kind of jiggling as well. And after you clear everything, right now, this is, so does that make sense? Like kind of slicing the pie like that? So like normally,
yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, normally when you clear it, you might not like expect all these spots, and then you might just kind of like clear it a little less cautiously. But clearing it like this really allows you to, you know, make sure that if there's someone in one of these spots, you're gonna be ready to kill them because you're expecting here, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can get a kill in garage just like this. You can shift walk, you don't have to run. And again, this is very meticulous, very calculated. If you get a kill, it's very good. You can also walk up B. Again, you want your team to not be pushing if you're doing this. You want to tell them, wait, let me look for a kill mid. You don't want your team to push B, because if they're making noise while you're trying to do this, then it's going to be much harder for you to get an easy kill. So again, kind of like this. So you can only see so far. You might expect them to be on top site. So at this point, you can either choose to walk into B, but if there's a chamber trip, it's going to be much harder, obviously. But if there's no chamber trip, this is a really good play. You got to clear the top sites. if you can get it to this spot, then you basically won the round for your team if you can get behind them, right? So you tell your team, like, yo, let's come B at this point, right? Because now you can just chill here, wait, and by the time your team starts planting, you're already right here. But this is something you're just not doing right now. You're not, like, you probably do this on other maps. This whole part of the map here, you're not even considering pushing, right? You only really go for kills and look for kills on A and, like, towards C. And so you're just limiting yourself. There's no reason you couldn't be coming B. And that's the big takeaway, really. So also you could do something on, you know, on C. And again, I'm going to slowly clear this. Clear up here. Maybe I'll expect down here first, then like this. And then I'll slowly walk up. So more than likely you're not going to be able to walk all the way up C like I did on B. But B, you can do that much more often because, again, people don't expect the B push on this map. It's just kind of rare to push B, like you saw. You guys only went B, I think, once, and the enemy team only went B once. So yeah, that's all I have for you. Have any final questions?
No, I think I'm good for today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. You can always. So I sent you the notes. You can use that as a refresher to remember what we talked about, and you can always message me with other questions you might have. For anything. So thanks for the session. I hope this helps. I'm sure you'll get Immortal. Again, you're very gifted mechanically.
Thank you. If I like reach them on 3 Immortal, I'll let you know right away.
Yeah, let me know for sure. I think you're definitely gonna hit it soon. Yeah, I believe. Okay, you have a good day.
Okay, you too. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Yep, no problem. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Thanks for watching. Oh my god, I'm blurry. Fuck.